Hey, everybody. I think I'm good to go. I've not actually done this type of Zoom meeting before, but my name is Sonia Lewis, and I am the school counselor here at the Career Academy Technical School in Troutman. And we are glad that you all joined us today. We've got students from all over Iredell County, from middle school to high school, and we just want to introduce you to our school and let you know that we are here and we serve all students or all high school students in our advanced career and technical programs here at CATS. And just to show you where I am and where we are right in the heart of Iredell County, down here in Troutman. And like I said, our school serves everybody. We're in an old factory that Iredell Statesville Schools purchased several years ago and turned it into a fabulous high-tech facility to be used for every student. And so you can see we are right here in Troutman. So think about where you are. If you're in North Iredell, Lake Norman area, West or Statesville. We do have students here from, like I said, all 5 high schools and some of the early colleges even. I know you all are making decisions right now about what you're going to do, where you're going to go. And Iredell Statesville Schools is very proud to be able to offer you so many options. So that is where we are. Your teacher, whoever's kind of facilitating in your classroom, if you have questions, they can put them in the chat and we'll try to get those answered. And if not, we'll get you answers later on. I'm going to be joined by 2 of our teachers here at CATS to show you around. I'm going to stay here in my office, but Ms. Tapazio, she'll pop on in just a minute, and she's actually going to walk you around our upper campus. And then Mr. Bennett, who's one of our automotive instructors, is going to jump on and show you around our lower campus. All right, so there's Ms. Tapazio. I'm going to let her take it over. Thank you.
Hey, everybody. I don't know, hopefully, I think they're still seeing you, Mrs. Lewis, so I'm not sure if you guys can see me or not. I'm Ms. Tapazio. I am the filmmaking instructor here at CATS, and I'm going to be your upper campus tour guide for this morning. So we're starting out, this is our culinary lab, and you can see kind of back in here, we have all of the equipment that you would find in a professional restaurant. So if you have any interest in hospitality, working in hotels, cruise ships, restaurants, food trucks, bakeries, anything like that, you are going to get that hands-on experience right here. We've got some students right now making some awesome cupcakes. I might steal one on the way out, not sure yet. But besides the baking and the cupcakes and the awesome treats that they do, we also do a lot of catering here for events that are done at CATS. So they get all of that experience of making full-blown 3, 4, 5 course meals and serving them to all sorts of people in the community, the school board, anything pretty much that we have here on campus. They do the Pro Start program, which means that they come out with their Serve Safe certification. So if you've worked in a restaurant or if you're going to work in a restaurant or anything in hospitality, you do need to go through that course. And so you'll have that when you come out of here. It's actually at a manager level, that Serve Safe certification. So you have a much better chance of getting a job straight out of high school or straight out of this course in a restaurant to help jumpstart your career. I'll be back.
All right, thank you. She's going to walk down the hall to our nursing program. And while she's doing that, most of our students do have coursework that can be taken at a traditional school to lead up to us. Our students are generally 11th and 12th graders. So I know you might be in the 8th grade or in the 9th grade and you're like, well, maybe I want to go now. Most of our classes they're advanced. So you might take foods, for example, for culinary. Our nursing program, students take health science 1 and 2 at their home school. So we're trying to get you enticed to come here by taking some courses at your traditional school. And we will be at all of your curriculum fairs. South Iredell had theirs last week. And so we were there. So please come to any curriculum fairs that you have if you want to talk to us about how to get to CATS. And we also have lots of materials, brochures, lots of different ways to get our information to you. All right, there she is.
All right, guys, so I am back. I am in one of our nursing labs. We actually have 2 of these classroom/labs. What we love about this nursing program is you do sit and for your CNA exam. So right out of high school, you pass that CNA, you're 18, you can start working immediately right after school. And anybody that might be looking at any kind of medical career knows that that is huge. There are signs up everywhere for people hiring CNAs. So you can work your way to coming into physical therapy, to be a doctor, physician, physician assistant, certified nurse, whatever it is. What we love about this program is that we are super happy every time I say this, that all the years that we have been here, we have a 100% passing rate on that CNA exam. That is a testament to the instructors that we have here, which is absolutely incredible. So I love being able to give that little statistic out there. So let me just give you a little bit of a view here of the labs that we have. So you'll see that they do have individual bays here that they can work on, working with each other or working with dummies, weighted dummies. So they have all of their nursing skills intact for that exam. They also do all their clinicals. So if anybody has looked into doing anything with medical, you know that you have to do some clinical rotations. So they work with hospice, with Iredell Memorial Hospital, lots of different places to get your clinical. So you do spend 3 weeks out in the field actually working with patients, which is really awesome. If you don't know that maybe a medical field, you're considering it, do this. You'd much rather come through here and get this certification and take this test now and see what it's all about before you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in college and then say, maybe not for me. So great jumping off point for anything medical, physical therapy, anything related to that. Come check us out here.
And also in this classroom, we are teaching a pharmacy technician class as well, which is another just avenue that's in the health science field. So that's a really cool one. You do have to be a senior. That a few of our programs are limited to certain age groups, seniors, and so that is one of them. And like I said, as Ms. Tapazio was starting out, Health Science 1 and Health Science 2 are courses that are taught at your high school, your home high school. And those would be the 2 courses that you need to take in order to come to CATS for nursing fundamentals. Biomed may be taught at your high school. That is also a great one. And that one can be used for the pharmacy tech program as a prerequisite. There's also a Health Science Fundamentals course that's really good for 9th graders, who are just trying to feel out and see if that's the path they want to go on to get to nursing or any kind of medical field. Okay, so our next stop is going to be our manicuring, and I timed that good.
I know, isn't that perfect timing? So this is our manicuring. Who gets their nails done? I love these. I think these are like the coolest display that was there. So if you love working with people, you love art, you love anything beauty related, cosmetology related, then this, kind of point with that fake hand. This class is probably great for you. This is a Mitchell Community College class. So not only are you getting high school credit, you are getting Mitchell credit as well. I'm having fun with this hand. If you haven't seen it, I like to do that. So here we have, you can see that there's a whole bunch of different stations here that they're working on nails. We also have pedicure stations over here. Again, this is another one of our programs that is certification. So once you successfully complete your hours and your training here, you do actually bring in live clients. So you can bring in your friends, your family, and get those hours working on live clients. Sit for the state board as a nail technician. Another job right out of school that you can make some great money and love, sitting there talking with people, doing your art, doing, whatever you want, making some great money.
All right. She did say that it was a Mitchell Community College class, which is through Career and College Promise. And I know that your high schools are hosting events to introduce students to that particular program, which is a great partnership. It is dual enrollment. The one thing about that, you are limited to 11th and 12th grade in Career and College Promise when it comes to career and technical anyway. And so just keep that in mind. But we want to show you that we've got it so you can plan down the road. There are no prerequisites other than being in the 11th and 12th or 12th grade. Career and College Promise students they prefer a 2.8 GPA for career and technical programs. So it is important that you make good grades in your English, math, science, and social studies classes to get that 2.8 GPA. We can accept a waiver for manicuring and some of our other career and technical classes for that, but Mitchell they kind of make the call on that. So we just don't want to put ourselves in a position where we can't do something. It is a 2-semester program, the manicuring class. So students come here in the fall and in the spring. And I don't know if I said it when I introduced the school, but we kind of run 2 shifts here. We run a morning shift and an afternoon shift. So our students come from 8:30 to 11 for our morning shift, or they come in the afternoon from 12:30 to 3 for our afternoon shift. And so high schools are generally on a block schedule, running 4 courses. However, I know that some schools run, an AB day, skinny courses and things like that. We try to work with the high schools in order to fit our schedule with theirs. And I'll follow up with that when Ms. Tapazio is done with carpentry and masonry.
All right, guys, so we are in a, it's kind of a twofold lab here, and I'll give you a view of it in just a minute. This is our carpentry and our masonry. Carpentry is one of our newest programs here at the Career Academy. Building foundations. Everybody's always going to be building something, right? You need houses, you need infrastructure. If any of y'all live down here in the southern end, like near Mooresville, Troutman, you know that building is extremely booming right now, right? So getting into that field, you will always have work. And what I really think is pretty cool about, especially masonry, you're dealing with brickwork. Look back at houses that have been around from the 1800s, the 1700s. They're all made like brick built, right? So you're building something that can last for generations, that you can drive your grandkids by and say, hey, I put that together. So here's just a kind of a little look of our masonry area. You can see they're working on building walls and with brick and mortar. In our carpentry area. So we have our instructor, Mr. Pennell. Right now, he doesn't have students here this morning. He does a prerequisite course in the mornings. But this is our whole carpentry area. So you have all of the equipment that you would need to become a good carpenter and builder.
All right, thank you very much. Ms. Tapazio did mention that Mr. Pennell, the instructor, doesn't have a class right now because he teaches a first block core construction course, which is a prerequisite for carpentry and masonry. So that's what we would suggest you take as a 9th or 10th grader at your traditional school in order to come over to CATS for carpentry and masonry. So that particular program currently is just in the afternoon. And so going back to what I was talking about before we went to this program, we have afternoon classes, which is 3rd and 4th block. And then we have 1st and 2nd classes. Now, we do provide transportation. So that's a big deal when you're making your decision whether or not to take CATS classes. So we run a shuttle bus from all the high schools down here. And so that's why our start and end times are just a little bit different, because we've got to account for getting everybody here. Obviously, South Iredale is just right down the road. So anybody in the Troutman area is going to get here a little bit faster. And then Lake Norman and North Iredale are, of course, our furthest away. So it takes them a little bit longer. So, we just have to adjust for that, but we do our very best. Please do not let transportation be an issue. Students can drive here, though, if they do have driver's license. Oops, excuse me. And get down here however they choose to. And like I said, we work with the high schools on scheduling to try to fit our courses to where it best fits, the overall schedule for students. And Ms. Tapazio is going to be heading over next to, and she'll probably tell you her favorite area. There we go.
My area. So of course it's my favorite area. This is my home. I love it. This is my baby because I helped design it. This is our TV studio. It's really big, so I'm not sure if we can see everything that's in here. You can see you have full curtains. We've got a green screen. That's a full wall back there. Lighting. I have full camera equipment. We have a full lighting grid up in the ceiling for a regular television station. We've got props and displays over on the other side. So we have everything in here to make you a successful filmmaker, television producer, whatever it might be, news reporter, whatever it might be that you are interested in. I also teach the feeder courses for this, which would be Adobe Visual Graphic Design and Adobe Video, which is video editing. Both of those classes are online right now, so you can take those freshman through senior year, and then come on over here to CATS and really train. So if you have any interest in being a filmmaker in production, an actor for television or film, news reporter, talk show host, anything like that, you want to come and talk to me and see what we have here. There's so much more to show you. So let me see. I don't know if I can turn I don't think I can turn my camera around. Let's see if we can do this. All right. So that's my studio. And then as we come through here, this is the control room. So this is the room that controls all of the equipment, the cameras, the lights, the microphones that would be going on in the studio. Whether you're doing photography or TV production or doing a film shoot, you can control your equipment through here. And then we have my traditional classroom, which is where you're doing all of your photo or video editing. Mallory's here this morning. She's actually one of my animation students. That's another course that I teach. So she's working on storyboards and animation right now. She's actually with me in the mornings as kind of an intern to help me with all sorts of video projects and graphics projects that I do. So if you have an interest in a career for graphic design or video production, we have advanced studies as well that we can work with. I do want to take you out into the hallway, which is why I'm trying to walk nicely with you, because this is some of our favorite things to show students. In my filmmaking class, they do make a final film. And when they do that final film, they do have to create a poster to go with that film. So this is my wall of awesome movie posters that students have created over the years. And I love coming out here and looking at it. I also really love to look at the credits down below on the posters and then see how many of my students are actually out there working in the television and film industry. So that's really cool for me. All right, so anything creative, filmmaking, television production, animation, send me an email and I'll get you on the right track.
All right, thank you, Ms. Tapazio. I was answering a chat question, so I'm not sure if she mentioned, but having Adobe experience is excellent for this. That's kind of what we expect. So there's Adobe visual courses that are available at in 9th and 10th grade. Adobe Video. It is through, there is this option, so online options are available. So if it's not offered at your school, you can get that experience in 9th or 10th grade just to put yourself in the best position in order to come down to Ms. Tapazio studio or our studio here at CATS for all those courses that she mentioned. I just, one of my former students at Statesville High School, I know came down here, was one of her students, and now is in California doing big and wonderful things in this industry. And then also, I really enjoy when I'm giving folks a tour, walking down that hallway and showing all those movie posters because they look like real movies. So our next stop is going to be our fire and EMT section, and that'll be our last section before we go down to the lower campus.
All right, so this is a dual classroom as well. This is our EMT. We have an EMT class going on this morning. So all of those people, the paramedics and the ambulance that shows up at accidents, fires, emergencies, when you call 911, this is where we train them. Another one of those Mitchell courses, so you get college credit as well as high school credit. Another one of those that you need to be a senior because of certification. And another one of those that is a certification course so that when you finish this course, you do sit for the state exam. EMT is also one thing that is a national certification. So it's not just certifying you to work as a paramedic or an EMT in North Carolina, but you can take that with you across the United States. So awesome, awesome job to get into. We also have, this is our fire station. So you can see our fire truck here. We have all of the gear that is needed to be successful. We have a lot of people who are here that are already volunteer firefighters in their local community, and those that are looking to be professional firefighters. You do sit for your firefighter 1 and 2 courses. We get partially through firefighter 3, but with firefighter 3, you do have to go through a live burn. We cannot do live burns on campus because you must be 18 and not all of the students are 18 at a time. So we just that's just one component that you would have to complete once you do graduate if you are going to do this full time. A lot of the volunteer departments will help you go through that, and we'll take care of that for you. But yeah, so there's our EMT. They're looking at working on restraints right now, getting people securing that back and the neck for any accident before they transport them to a hospital. There is one other place that I really love that I'd like to show you. And hopefully we can see it from here. I don't know if I can zoom in far enough for you, but it's definitely something that you should see because it's probably one of my favorite parts of the fire department. Sort of. Let's see. Way back there, you can see there's like some containers. I don't know, Ms. Lewis, can you see them back there?
Yes. So right above the greenhouse, right above, if you look right above the greenhouse.
Yes, above the greenhouse, that maybe. You can see that there are some shipping containers back there. That is a 3-level smoke building. So like I said, we can't do live burns.
Oh, you're glitching a
Do
little.
smoke out that building. If there's no electricity in it, there's some furniture in there and proportionally weighted dummies, essentially, as in humans. They practice their ladder drills out there. They practice getting people with the dummies out of buildings, out of 2nd and 3rd floor windows. They practice going through smoke in the darkness to feel around and do a rescue. So I think that is super cool. This is something that nobody else around here has. Other fire departments come here to do their training. So that says something that the professional fire departments are using the Career Academy's equipment. So that's really awesome. All right, so that's it for our upper campus. I'm going to shoot it down to our lower campus, and our auto tech instructor, Mr. Bennett, is going to show you everything that we have down there.
All right, and I'm going to follow up just a little bit. EMT, and you may have mentioned it, Ms. Tapazio, is a Mitchell Community College class. So it is seniors are required going through all that I talked about earlier with CCP and applying and the GPA and all of that. But EMT is a senior only course. Fire is a 2-semester course. And we love for 9th and 10th graders to take Intro to Public Safety to get them ready for fire. All right, so now I see that Mr. Bennett is on. And so he is in our electronics, manufacturing, drone classroom. So he's gonna introduce you to that and then show you all around our lower campus. Mr. Bennett?
Hey, how's everybody doing? So I'm in Mr. Wooten's room. He teaches a little bit of everything. He teaches electronics, manufacturing, and drones. So in the electronics course, they get to learn how to take an electrical parts part, whether that's a TV, they fix a microwave for me. So they get to learn how those electronics work. And anything really in the career field has electronics that makes everything operate. So this course can tie into so many different fields out there in the job market. So this drone course, they actually get a certification to the drone course, because once you get too high in a drone, you've got to have different certifications in order to fly them. So that is something that is provided here at CATS. And then he also teaches a metal manufacturing. So behind me, you can see there's CNC machine and lathe. And over here is a Bridgeport machine. So they actually learn how to machine different metals and make, whether it's a part or whatever is needed, they actually build that from just a scratch piece of metal, and they actually machine it out for us. So it's very unique what all we have to offer here in this classroom. And
All right.
next slide.
Okay, and all of those programs are 1-semester programs currently. Some of them do have, we'll just see, you know, when you register for classes at your high school or as you're going to high school, you know, that determines what we teach, and that determines, you know, how many sections we have. So we can't tell you right away, you know, what your schedule is going to be. We sort of have what we were doing this year, but we had to add a section of electronics because there was such an interest. We've had to add sections of welding because there's been such an interest, and we'll adjust. So that's one of the things we're doing. We're trying to meet the need of you as a student and also our business partners and our community. We have a lot of partnerships. We have a lot of businesses that want workers. And so we're trying to get you all ready to go out and work. All right, Mr. Bennett. Oh, he's frozen a little bit. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh.
Am I dropping out?
Just a little. Yeah, you're good right this moment.
Let me a little bit closer to this.
To the hive or whatever.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm back in our collision department now. So one thing that's kind of unique about the auto tech program is we actually call it a transportation program. So we have a collision repair facility, a heavy equipment facility, and an automotive facility. So you got different choices to take once you get down here if you have any interest in cars. So this is Mr. Bowman's area. Behind me is our principal's car that happens to be crashed at the moment. And we have students getting ready to start taking it apart and repairing it. And behind me is our new paint booth. So we've got the latest technology down here at CATS. It's one thing that's unique is where we put everything in one facility. We have the latest and greatest equipment. So this paint booth is set up where we actually do water-based paint, which is kind of new to the industry. So we're teaching our students kind of the latest and greatest techniques that there is out there and available. Currently, there's no students out here. We actually have a career fair going on today. So I brought in some employers to come in and try to hire some students. So hopefully another avenue of our school is that we can either have you job ready or ready to go to post-secondary. And if you're job ready and want a job, we're hoping to be able to funnel you right into a career path.
Yes, thank you for reminding me about that. So I'll be going down there to check on that. That's one of the awesome things about our school is, like Mr. Bennett said, we're making you job ready. We're also making you college ready too. Several of our students go on to engineering programs and then secondary educate or post-secondary education at a community college or four-year university in nursing, like I said, pharmacy tech, all of those. So we really are preparing students for everything, to include just having great skills for life. A lot of our students, or I wish I knew how to change my own oil and so on and so forth, or pull maintenance on my vehicle. So those are just great skills that if you're not quite sure, who knows, you could turn it into a career, a business, so forth, or you can just take care of your family. All right, will you turn your video on, Mr. Bennett? Are you ready? Here we go.
They were actually closing up for the day. So I was going
Oh.
to the regular automotive shop. Our class ends in about 15 minutes, and they got to have a little bit of time to put the toolbox and things away. So our automotive shop is a rather large shop. It's a little over 40,000 square feet. We can fit, I know we've worked on 41 cars at one time in here. So it's kind of unique. We also have a parts department that our students will run, and there's one trying to hide from the camera now. So students also get the opportunity to learn all avenues of the automotive industry. The parts department, or fixing the cars, ordering parts. So we also try to make this just like it would be in a shop. So when you come to our classroom is out here in the shop. You get assigned a toolbox instead of a textbook, and then you get to work on cars just like you would if you had a job. There's paperwork that's involved in it, so we kind of run it just like a normal shop. Got to learn all the normal processes.
All right. So we'll see you over in welding.
Yes.
So our automotive is our most comprehensive program, I would say. It's our oldest program as far as being here at the Career Academy. It started in 2010 from being at Statesville High School. Students prior to 2010 went to Statesville High from all over the county to get automotive experience. And then when we purchased this wonderful facility and upfitted it for a school, then automotive moved down here. And so at your school or the traditional high school where you would go, you would need to take Intro to Transportation Technology. That's the basic introductory class you would take. And then from there, you would come to CATS for basic transportation technology, general transportation technology, advanced, and specialized. So we have 4 semesters of either morning or afternoon that you can come to CATS. So you can come a little earlier, and then if we do have students that they don't realize it till their senior year and they come, their senior year as well. But we do have a little more available, as you could see. I mean, it's a huge facility, and you don't have to necessarily specialize in collision or automotive. You can try all of them. Diesel, we do have some motorcycle mechanics down there. So just like we can kind of take what you need and work with that and give you the skills, because a lot of them are related. And now it's going to take him a minute to walk over to our welding and what is another big shop. It's not quite as bright and neat looking. Oh, there we go. It looks pretty bright today. That's good.
Yes, it does. We do have some new LED lights in here from probably
Yeah.
last time. So this is our welding shop. It is also a large area. So we have welding booths set up on this side. Mr. Troutman also has welding booths on this side and a cutting area set up. And they also do a lot of special projects. So again, everything that rolls down the road is welded. So a little bit of our automotive classes are tied in with welding. So they are working on modifying some vehicles behind us. And students here also make a lot of different projects. I'm going to spin back around this way. So to start with, students a lot of times make decorative art to start with, and some of them continue with that and do a lot of cool things. Here's a pumpkin that students have made. This is actually aluminum, so this was all TIG welded. A little bit different than what you see in the normal store. And then behind the welding shop in the same building is our heavy equipment shop. And I'm going to see if I can do this and not make it too bouncy. We're going to walk down to the heavy equipment shop. So in the heavy equipment shop, they work on a little bit of everything from dump trucks to tractors. You see they have a forklift torn apart right now. We also do work on semi trucks. So anything that could have a diesel engine in it or a large gas engine, we'll work on out there in the heavy equipment shop.
All right. I think that's the end of our tour. Diesel is one of our kind of falls in with those courses I was talking about earlier. As a part of automotive, you can choose to specialize in diesel or you can try everything out. Now, we know that you all are getting ready to change classes, just like our students are getting ready to leave because it's about 11 o'clock and that's when they come back to the traditional schools. We appreciate you all tuning in. Like I said at the beginning, if you have questions, please share them with your teacher. And we will be happy to answer them. They can send them to me, Sonia Lewis. My email address is slewis@iss.k12.nc.us. Mr. Woody, I see that you're on. Would you like to say anything to the folks that have tuned in today?
Yes, I just want to say thank you. What a great job you guys did at the CAT staff of showing off what you guys have. And if you as a student haven't been to CATS, hopefully today's event has given you an insight into what a great jewel that is for us in our Dos Statesville schools. If you have any questions about your coursework at all at CATS and your pathway to get there, see your guidance counselor or your CDC or email Miss Lewis, as she just gave you your email address. We're here to help you, and everything that we do every day is about guiding you guys for a good future in that post-secondary success. So we hope you'll keep CATS in mind as you begin to register for classes for the upcoming school year. Thank you guys so much for the job you did, and thanks Jada for hooking us up on the live event. And until next time, thank you all and have a good day.
Ms. Tapazio wants to pop on a little bit to sign off, I think.
All right, go right ahead.
Yeah. Of course, you'll find me. I talk for, like, forever. I did want to just also pop on and say, especially for those of you that are maybe watching in 8th and 9th grade, if you go to our CATS website, cats.issnc.org, or just go from our, the ISS webpage, we do have our course selection guide on there. So you can get more information about all the courses. You can get all the prerequisites. And what we've also done is created a suggested coursework for 4 years. So if you're just coming in and I want to work on cars, we have kind of mapped out all the courses, including your English, science, math, that you might want to look at scheduling out so that you're successful in that career choice. So if you're not really sure what you want to do, or you're not sure about those prerequisites, or what other courses would work well with an interest in welding or auto or filmmaking, check out that course guide. It's on our Facebook. Like us on Facebook. It's on our Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. And it's on our website. So you can find out any information. You can also go to the website and find out all the instructors, and with one click, send us an email and ask us any more questions about our programs.
All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And we hope to see you at CATS one of these days. Bye-bye.